It is fucking lonely in the beginning. I'm going to dig deeper into the second hard truth about sobriety. The nights get really fucking lonely. And, I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, I have nowhere to go. And I would try to go out, and I did, but it wasn't the same. And I didn't want to be around all of the drinking every night. So of course I stayed home, and on those nights, it got just so lonely and quiet. My friends were out, partying it up, and as they should, because they're not the ones quitting. And I didn't really have anyone to hang out with because all my friends drank, and they drank heavily, which that's fine. So I really was home alone. And it really forced me to reflect and really dive into my thoughts and into myself. And I never did that. I never did any deep thinking while I was drinking. And the reason why is because one, I was always drinking, or two, I had brain fog. So I couldn't be bothered to really do any deep thinking or reflecting that most normal people do. And I didn't see the need to. I was content. I was content with just being surface level, not having any real things to think about, not bothering myself with it. And that came at a big cost. Um, but from that deep thinking came deep self-awareness. And I I became extremely self-aware. Self-awareness is a character trait that I believe I never possessed because I wouldn't think about anything. I would just let things be. For example, I was super insecure for, all my life basically. And when I would get that feeling, I just took it as at face value and then moved on. So I was always insecure and never worked on it because I just took it as like it was. Now I identify the feeling and I talk myself through it. I can now point out immediately when those feelings start to creep in and I stop myself. I talk myself through it because the insecurity, now through all this self awareness and deep reflection, it comes from a place deep in my past and me never working through it. And now I am. And now I am a lot less insecure than when I was my whole life. There are just so many other valuable tools that healthy life tools that I learned and adopted from those lonely, lonely nights. I mean, now they're no longer lonely. I actually welcome nights where it's just me and my thoughts. And even when I'm driving or in the grocery store or waiting in line, I am now constantly reflecting, thinking about my growth, thinking about, how to better my life or, how to handle situations better because I was not equipped with that in the past. And I never was interested in changing that. I actually feel myself growing even further every time I sit with myself. I've never felt more fucking secure, more emotionally confident my entire life, and it fucking feels great. That's what the initial loneliness turned into for me.